Welcome amongst dissidents and welcome to Avalon Life. Are you the kind of person who loves to have total control over every aspect of his life? If so, I need to tell you about an unbelievable discovery. But I have to warn you, this could be the greatest adventure of your life. So, what if you would never have to worry about your income, your insurance, or your retirement again? You could be totally free from every financial, emotional, and time-consuming pressure. How would your life look like? And what about your current situation? Are you often stressed? Do you have to work too much for a salary that's too small? Do you find the time to do the things you really love? Are you worried about your future? Then let me tell you something. I have been there and done that. But we have no choice, right? Wrong. You have a choice now. Welcome to the digital evolution of the 21st century. Welcome to Avalon Life, your digital income and life system. Now, before we go any further, I want you to please look at this video as a personal chat between you and me. And I'd like you to definitely watch it until the end, because otherwise you would lose out on some very important information. So my tip, don't believe anything I tell you. After watching this video, please do your own due diligence and verify everything, as well as do your own research, please. After that, if you can relate to what I tell you, try it out yourself and make your own experiences. Only by doing so, you will be able to find out if this will work for you. I hope we can agree on this. Okay, good. Well, then let's get started. I think you all heard about automation. And to tell you what I mean by automation, I'll have prepared a few examples. First one would be an airplane. We all know airplanes can fly on autopilot and they can reach their destination fully automated. It's a great achievement by technology, of course. The next thing would be package deliveries. We all know that these packages are sorted automatically, that they find their destination with barcodes, and they fly on planes. They get loaded on planes and reach their goal anywhere in the world in one day, really. And the way it looks now, we are looking at the future where drones, like little flying machines, are going to be delivering these packages. And now look at your home. Look at your home about 50 years ago and look at your home now. What has changed? A lot of technical equipment. Your TV is connected to the internet nowadays. Even your refrigerator. You can even control your heating with an app while you're somewhere around the globe. Isn't this fascinating? And of course, all this development will not stop here. It will go on and on. And a name or a development that comes to my mind is the Internet of Things. I'm pretty sure you heard of this already. So that's what I mean with automation. Now, where am I going with this? In the end, I'm talking about machines and software. And what do? They are creating values. Companies build machines, they put in software, and they create values. Right? Okay, now what if you could do the same thing? Have machines with software that create values that are yours to keep. Wouldn't this be great? Let's go back a little further even. I'm pretty sure you know what this is. That's a lady in a telephone or communications center, and about 100 years ago, all of the connections had to be plugged manually. Now the lady was working there, and through her work equity, she created value. And of course, nowadays, a computer is doing her work. So again, the same story. There's a machine, and software is running on this machine, and it's creating value, and not the human being anymore. Machines and software create values over and over again. Well, and this is where your DAO home access with Avalon Life comes. When we look back at the 50s, we saw the beginning of the technical revolution. And with the help of all of these inventions and machinery, we are nowadays producing 100 times more or even more now compared to back then. But the vision they had back then was completely different than what it has become. Not only was it meant to be a help for all the hard-working people, it was also the goal to use the values these machines created to feed their whole families easily. But evidently this is not the case today, because even though we are producing a whole lot more nowadays, many families have to work 2 to 3 jobs or even more, and even that is oftentimes not enough to take care of your family, right? So something went in a totally opposite direction. Now, what is Avalon Life? Avalon Life isn't left or right. It's no political party, it's no company, and it's definitely no sect. Because all of these institutions I've named have no inherent value. They are simply used by a few very powerful people to exploit humans and nature for the profit of only a few. And the idea instead of DAOs has been developed by open-minded and free-thinking dissidents for a peaceful and life-supporting future. Now, what is Avalon Life? It's pretty simple. Avalon Life is a program. Avalon Life is computer code, open source computer code that anyone and anybody can use as much or as little as they want. That's it. Avalon Life is a program. And just like you can see in this picture, Avalon Life can be used by anybody. Doesn't matter if it's your grandma, your uncle, or maybe your 10-year-old nephew. It's no problem, because Avalon Life provides you with your own DAO home access, which is basically like a natural technological evolution of what we already have in our homes. And everybody anywhere around the world can have an DAO access, just like they have internet now. So let me explain this to you a little bit deeper. Okay, what can you do with a telephone booth? If you find one. But what were you able to do with a telephone booth? You could call somebody. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, mobile phones, I'm sure pretty much everyone has one. What can you do with mobile phones? Yeah, you can phone. You can do messaging, emailing. You can make photos, send them, receive them, go on the internet. You can play games, and I'm sure you can do a lot of things more. But these are just some of the examples we all know about. Okay, what can you do with your DAO home access? I'll tell you. You can create an income for you and your family or your business. You can create an insurance. You can create projects or bring projects to life and put them out into the community. And you can even let them be funded by the community if you want. It's a marketplace. You can trade with products or services around the world globally. And it provides a big amount of safety and security for you and your family. So, as I said, it's like the natural technological evolution of what we already have. And I'm pretty sure that during the next month and years, everybody around the globe will have a DAO home access in their homes. Now, what are some of the applications you will be able to use with your access? I'm pretty sure some of you heard the narrative, the expression bank of trust. Maybe it was your parents, or maybe it was you yourself, maybe it was your grandparents, but they always talked about bank of trust, and it's where you put your money, right? Okay. They always said something like, we deposited our money in the bank of trust, in our bank of trust. Well, today we know that this trusted relationship has been challenged, and that people are not satisfied and don't feel that safe anymore putting their hard-earned cash onto a bank account. I'm sure that you are aware of the massive turbulences the banking industry is in over the last decade or even more. And of course, not to mention the financial crisis of '08. Now, there is a solution to this problem, and that is that nowadays you can be your own bank through something called cryptocurrency. I'm sure you heard the term. And these cryptocurrencies play a major part in Avalon Life. And with your DAO access, you'll get access via your connection to accumulate cryptocurrency. One other application of your DAO access will be digital values and income. Now, the exciting thing about DAO Home is that it can do all the things your bank can do. So you do not rely on the services of an intermediary anymore, because if you want to save, spend, send or receive financial values, you don't need the middleman anymore. And your DAO Home access with Avalon Life will also help you to produce these values for you. Like I said, machines and software create values. So even if you don't have any clue of how this all works, trust me, You will get all the training you need as a member of the Avalon program. But even thinking of gaining this ability and having it in the future, I think is extremely satisfying, and I'm sure you can agree. Another application would be transparency, contracts, and anonymity. Now, that's one thing, that's not everything you can do with your DAO home access, but one thing is for sure, everything you do with it is 100% transparent, reliable, extremely trustworthy, because everything works on the highest encryption standards available today. And these are about 10,000 times stronger and more secure than any online service out there, included your banking service, believe it or not. And above all of that, your anonymity is 100% guaranteed with everything you do through your DAO home access. And you can even set up smart contracts. Smart contracts are written in unbreakable computer code, and you can write them for private use, for business use, and you can set these up yourself. So again, there is no need of costly intermediaries. Some other applications of your DAO home access would be projects and trade. Now, what do I mean with that? With DAO home, you will be able to bring private projects to life, finance them through the community. You can trade and do worldwide business, or found your own digital companies and organizations. So at this point, you may say, well, but how does this all work? Well, I'm going to tell you. But first, let's talk about laws. Let's talk about laws and how they work and what they are made for, because basically every law made by humans is there to regulate and to define the rights of one group of people or a single person against another one. And there are, of course, countless of these regulations in existence and added in every country on this planet, even as we speak, on a daily basis. And of course, here, just like in every part of our life, money has the most important and dominant role. They also needed to invent a term called juristic person. That is how you would be treated as if a lawsuit would be filed against you, for example. With the DAO, it gets very, very interesting. So please pay close attention. A DAO or DAO is nothing more than an open source computer code that can be used by anybody in the world, no matter which country they are from. Do you already see where I'm going with this? It is basically impossible, or at least it would take a very long time before all countries and the different jurisdictions around the globe would reach consensus on how they would regulate a simple line of computer code. It's simply not possible. So with a computer code, you can simply build a program that has all the functionality of a regular company, but instead, every participant has equal democratic rights. And we are using currency as a form of energy to keep things in balance and to share the benefits our mission creates, proportionally correct according to what each and everyone's contributions are. So again, DAO. DAO stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization. Well, and a DAO is free from emotions because it is computer code, right? And it has got universal regulations. And there can be no misuse of power, because there is no management or CEO like in any other company. Every member has equal rights, and can use the code as much or as little as they want. Isn't that great? So there can be no boss coming to you in the morning because he has got a bad mood, uh, and treat you in a different way than your colleagues. That's just not possible in a DAO. And I find this really, really exciting. Now you may also see that we are also referring to the term of currency, which basically, in a sense, is another form of energy, and another form of energy balance between the members. What's really important of this about this is that we are not talking about money. We kind of want to leave the term money behind, because we think that through our work equity we can then exchange the energy that simply changed its form from into a digital form, really. And we can use this currency to trade or buy goods and services. And as I said in the beginning, this currency has value. So value, stored value that you can use for your business or for your family. Well, now again, it's just a natural evolution of the 21st century. First we had the telephone, then we had the internet, and now we have the DAO home access for everybody, everywhere around the world. And it doesn't matter if you are a newbie, if you know absolutely nothing about cryptocurrency or the blockchain technology or how this all works. We have got you covered. And also for experts, we have got some amazing features that even you can learn from, because Avalon Life brings you knowledge, brings you all the material in your back office and in your personal membership area, and we have guidance around the world. So we've got you covered on all bases. So now I want to talk a little bit about what's included in your DAO Access. Now, it's a basic package, and it's every license for 1 year is valid for 12 months. That's the basic pack. So you get the Crypt Insider. That's a digital newsletter and a community all in one. Where you get all the latest news and exciting projects from around the globe in the blockchain and cryptocurrency space. This alone has a value of around 3,000 euros estimated. Education, it's an educational platform for DAO, cryptocurrency and blockchain, with online courses and so on. We estimate the value of this part of Avalon Life with around 1,900 euros. Wholesale prices, like I said, machines and software. Via your DAO Access, you can also purchase these machines to have them at home, and we offer them, or Avalon Life offers them, for wholesale prices. So that's up to approximately 30% off. Now, with the normal setup, you would save around 500 euros each year if you build a setup each year. Machines and mining. Now, the machines do a certain process called mining to create cryptocurrency coins. And with Avalon, you will find the lowest price ever, because we set it at wholesale prices, and it can be up to 1,000 euros cheaper than the competition. Cryptocurrency mining. One-time costs for life, really, and this means as long as it is profitable for all the parties included. Now, if we compare it to the competition, that's a value of about 1,200 euros per year. Exchange. On the internal Avalon exchange, you will be able to trade these currencies with other members, and this will be done at close to zero fees. Invest. Of course, there are some investment opportunities of projects that are done on the platform without any commissions, and we estimate the value of this at around 300 euros. Mask. Now this is exciting because with Mask you can purchase Bitcoin also at wholesale prices without any verification. And we estimate the value of this part of Avalon with around 500 euros. The university is interesting because you have included with your one-year license a basic course, a one-day course at one of our chapters with a professional who will teach you all the basics of cryptocurrency and blockchain and DAO, and this is included also in your one-year license. Now we estimate this part with around 249 euros. Avalon X is our own proof of work cryptocurrency coin, and with every license comes 100 Avalon X coins per year, and the second year you get 50% extra, so you would get 150 Avalon X coins per year, and so on and so forth every year. So the value of this is approximately 500 euros. Now shares, you can also invest in a DAO project shares of partners, members, the projects I told you before, and there are dividends paid out of around 1% per month. Then you have a marketing suite for those who want to see the business side of Avalon Life. You will have receive tools and landing pages, webinars, everything you need to start a business and to become an Avalon Life ambassador. That's also the cost for this are also included in the yearly license, and we estimate the value of this part with around 360 euros per year. And Base is also exciting because with Base you get full support, trainers and mentors worldwide. So we will have support in any language you need, so we'll cover it all. Now we estimated this value with around 120 euros. So if we add it all up, we get a value of 6,629 euros. Now you may ask, of course, what's the price? Now I'll tell you, it's not 5,000, it's not 3,000, it's not 1,000. No, your DAO home access with Avalon Life will cost you 960 euros for 12 months. Isn't it great? I find this price extremely attractive. And remember, all the things that are included, you'll have full access for 12 months. No questions asked. Now, my question is, do you live your life only to exist? Or do you live your life to the fullest? Because in the end, money is a tool, nothing more, right? And I'm sure you heard people talking about going back to hard assets like gold or real estate. But with the emerging cryptocurrency space, I would much rather think that we have a new terminology coming up that is called hard currency, and you can access this with your DAO Home Access. And you can start accumulating hard currency, because many also refer to cryptocurrency as digital gold. So from my point of view, it's really a small deposit for a huge potential. Because remember, all of the things that are included with your basic package have a value of 6,629 euros combined. And you get it for 960 for 12 whole months. And with the program Avalon Life, you can create a basic income with equality, a freedom, safety, and security. And the best part right now, because we are in pre-launch, you can get your subscription for Avalon and DAO Home for free. So you can have a look around. You can log into your back office and members area and can see for yourself if this is for you and gather as much information as you like. So officially, we launch on the 1st of August, so there is still enough time for you to get all your questions answered. Isn't that great? I think this is a great offer. So DAO Home, now, it's getting very excited. And I think the next part will be really, really interesting, if not the most interesting part of this whole presentation, because I want to ask you one thing. After all the wonderful informations you've heard and what I've told you up until now, let me ask you, what kind of people would possibly have anything against connecting every single human being to the Avalon DAO? What do you think? If you ask me, there are only two kinds of people who would do that. First, they're the ones that rather not want things to change much in their lives. People who love their routines, their 9 to 5, and who would not want to go out and be a pioneer in a new way of thinking or living. But once they have found a little confidence and see others having success on that path, then they will follow you. But there's also a second group of people that are far more problematic. And it's the ones who see everyone as their enemy and who are very competitive. They might even see Avalon or the DAO concept as a threat to their own businesses. And they are maybe operating in the same niche even. So if you're one of these people, I want to tell you that DAO is free and that you can be a part of it too. You too can use this program, and you too can help us improve it, and you can use it and integrate it in your existing business even. So DAO is reaching out to you to join forces for the sake and the well-being of as many people as possible. DAO is here to stay because it is open source and it can not be stopped. And everybody can and many will use it. And it will make things a lot easier and help save a lot of money for families or businesses. But there's also another kind of people, a group who will do everything in their power to try and stop Avalon and any kind of DAO programs. It's the ones who are profiting the most from our current system. And it's the ones whose power reaches far and wide and touches many aspects of a vast majority of the human population right now. I'm talking about governments, political organizations or parties, bankers, monarchies or the elites. I want to invite them too. Embrace our community and become a part of it and use it for yourselves and help us improve it too. Because by doing so, you would prove once and for all that you really stand behind equality, freedom, and democracy of all mankind. Because in the end, if you ask me, being overly competitive or immensely hungry for power and influence over other people, well, I call that a mental disorder, which should be treated immediately. Can we agree on that? I truly hope so. So, with all the troubles in the world we have to solve and face today, there are many traditional ways of dealing with it. But to be honest, have they really worked? When I prepared this presentation, I find this nice quote, and I'll leave this topic now with this quote about financial intelligence. And I will not comment it, but I find it rather interesting because sometimes right decisions happen because the wrong ones were already taken. Interesting, isn't it? Now, when we think about Avalon Life, I mentioned two things earlier. First thing was that will be the cheapest way and possibility to mine cryptocurrencies. And that is because of our green fingerprint, because Avalon Life will offer the mining and the creating of cryptocurrencies through solar energy. There's a huge solar park being built right now, ready to be switched on, which will be used to create these values. And the other thing I mentioned before was, remember when I talked about digital gold? Cryptocurrency has all the advantages of gold or hard assets, but it has even one more, because you can take it abroad anytime you want. Now you can't do this with gold or any other hard assets because it's simply not possible. So you can go wherever you want and take your store of value with you. And that's quite amazing, isn't it? So the question for you is, are you ready for a system update? Are you? Or do we want to live in the old system? Because with all the troubles in the world we have today, and we have to solve, there are the traditional ways of dealing with these problems, and we have enough life experience, right? But have all these measures helped? Have you been to a demonstration maybe? Did you held up a sign? Did that help? Or, by the way, did you know that 85 people, the wealthiest 85 people in the world, have a combined wealth of 50% of the world's population? That's 3.5 billion people. Do you think that's fair? Or does the system need a drastic change? And another thing DAO can give you is anonymity. And it can be an end of the surveillance state too. So let's end this together. And again, have you been successful with your endeavors? Maybe if you've been a part of a demonstration, maybe you've written a letter of complaint, maybe you founded an initiative for a good cause or become a member of a political party. Have you been successful? Did you achieve all your goals, or have you been able to influence or change anything and get real results? So be honest. I found that all in all, these measures are extremely useless to bring big changes or to solve major problems of our time. But now we have a simple solution. We can simply pull the energy out of the old system with the help of Tao and with the help of Avalon Life. Because Tao Home is that alternative, and it is a simple solution for every human being on this planet. We learn and teach and mentor together, and we can become ambassadors of a new way of thinking. We take these machines and bring back that vision to create values directly for ourselves, the users of the program, which brings us all the way back to the vision that I have told you at the beginning of our chat, the visions of humans using technology. They are simply using technology, machines, to create values for them and their families and their businesses, and gaining independence, freedom, and time to do the things they really love. So just imagine how much harmony and peace we can bring to the world. Truly incredible once you start thinking about it. So Tao Home is the tool and the way to do it. And you can create it and decide the direction this is all going to go. With Tao Home, you can get access to everything I told you. I find this fantastic and amazing. And let's take this one step further. Truth and clarity, because we all know poverty can be cured, as well as prosperity can be shared. But if you stay passive, you get nowhere. Only if you take action, you can get real results. And again, we are in pre-launch. So there are no costs for you at the moment to register, get your questions answered, and then be ready when we launch on the 1st of August. So I want to invite you, register now. As we come to the end of this chat, I want to thank you for your time and for your attention. But you do have a problem now, but a very positive one. You have a choice. Now you have a choice. Sooner or later, machines will take over vast amounts of our workforce. We see it everywhere. And everyone is expendable, right? Machines can work 24/7. They are cheap and very efficient, and they never go on strike. But from now on, you can make them work for you and your family. DAO and cryptocurrency will have an incredible impact and have the ability to change every aspect of our lives during the next decade. So with this kind of program and tool that is giving every single human the same chances and abilities to change their life for the better, to create the future of this world through wisdom, honor and empathy. And all this for the trinity of well-being, the well-being of you, your community, and the well-being of the greater good. So start today. Start today by registering, and I'm very confident that you will make a wise decision. After doing so, you too will then be an ambassador for the most important project for peace and true change the world has ever seen. Goodbye for now and stay safe. Thanks for your time.